Alright, hello anyone who's watching. We're back playing God of War 1, getting close to finding Pandora's box. I believe there's just one fight left, although it's a pretty hard one in my opinion. It's just a bunch of harpies and these archers, but there's conveyor belts with crushers on the ends. You'll see, there he is. You can see the conveyor belts and the crushers there. Don't know if I'm going to have a whole lot to say about this fight. I've got Rage of the Gods up, which will give me infinity magic until it's over, so I can throw out Army of Hades, and then I have full magic anyways. I know there's some kind of something you can do where if you stand in the right place, you can... I forget what it is, because I've never done it. It doesn't really matter, but there's some kind of fuckery you can pull by standing in that area. So the whole thing gets a lot easier once you take out the archers, which is easier said than done because there's dive bombing harpies, and if you've watched the run, you know I'm not really that great at dealing with those. If I could, I'd just stay in one spot and just exhaust all the spawns. Fuck. Alright, I'm just gonna restart. The combination of the conveyor belts and the dive bombing harpies makes it pretty hard, at least in my opinion. I always feel like that last attempt I didn't even use my magic. I'll go ahead and bust that out. Here. Should I keep hitting the 360 throw, which is not ideal because it often doesn't even work. I don't think the dive bombing harpies can get you up on the platform, although I might be wrong. Shit, I don't know. See, I'm bad against them, especially in this particular fight where they're... Heck. I think I got killed by the fire. I stand on the platform too long. Alright, no good. No good start. Misjudged the platform. This fight might take me a few tries. I got it on the first try on the normal difficulty, but that's quite easy. Not that even on the hardest difficulty, this is... Alright, I'm just going to start over. Like, because the best way to deal with the dive bombing harpies to me is to roll around, but on the platforms, it's hard to judge sometimes where you're going to roll while also not allowing yourself to stay in the line of fire of the archers. I said at the beginning, or sometime early in this run, that the archers in this game are really annoying. And I stand by that. They are really, really annoying. Alright, I got killed, I think, maybe by that fire. Got to be more careful about moving around on the platforms. Can I upgrade to Army of Hades? Oh, I can. If I die, I'm gonna remember to do that. In fact, I'm just gonna reload my game. That's weird. Okay, so let's upgrade that Army of Hades. That'll make a difference. Because each upgrade increases the length, like how far the souls will go. They'll target farther away enemies at max level. Let's just save it again. Alright, this time when I go over there, which is just a short distance, that's why I didn't mind restarting. The checkpoint will have the upgraded Army of Hades, which I think will help a lot. You know, instead of like trying to jump around and kill all the archers, it's more of a no upgrades run strategy. I could just go nuts with the Army of Hades until I'm out of magic, then activate Rage of the Gods, and then get another couple of Army of Hades out, and that'll clear out like a shitload of it. But we'll see how it goes. Let's just mess around with it a little bit, because I'm hoping to do a no upgrades run at some point in this game. So I better get used to the fights, although since I'm not on a no upgrades run, there's no reason to not use what I have. Alright, good. That Army of Hades is really wrecking shop. And it lasts a long time, too. Maybe this will do most of the work for me. Looks like it just might. I'm not complaining, although it's not going to be very good practice for when I have to do it. Shoot, I suck. Okay. So now it's just killing a bunch of harpies. Might as well use my Rage of the Gods. Which gives me some more magic. Can get off another Army of Hades before it's over. I'm pretty sure. Guess not. Although I think everything's dead. Okay, that was easy, since I just cheesed it with magic. But in the future, I'm going to have to learn that fight more properly. See, break those and get orbs, although the main things I'm going to be using for the rest of the game are fully upgraded. Blades, Poseidon's Rage, and Army of Hades. Although that fight against all the satyrs, I might bust out Medusa's Gaze. I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm also going to at least try for some punts, although I'm not that great at doing those. I tend to get countered while I'm attacking the satyrs, and then I know you can, like Zesty was saying on one of his streams, that you can launch them and set up your punt that way safely, but I ain't no good at launching them. Especially, like, if there's just one, you can grab them and do the button press and then knock them down, and then I'm pretty sure you can launch them safely into the punt, although even if I can successfully knock them down in that way, like lining up the punt just right is probably going to take some practice. But I was saying that you can't safely grab them if there's any other enemies around. You can only do that if it's just you and them. And if you're in a situation to do that, there's no real reason to set up the grab into something else, because you can just grab them over and over again until they're dead. It's not the most thrilling fight in the world, but it's a guaranteed victory. Alright, so Pandora's box looks to be pretty heavy. In my opinion, the bad writing in God of War did not start with God of War 4. God of War 3 has a pretty serious contradiction to this first game in terms of Pandora's box. Like in God of War 1, Pandora's box just contains the power to kill a god, and that manifests itself in Kratos turning into a giant. Anything beyond that is, we don't really know that much about it. But in God of War 3, they say that Pandora's box contained all the evils like in the original myth. But in this game, Kratos is tasked with getting the box. Like, the gods want him to get it, and they're helping him get it. Why in the hell, if it contains the evils of the war, are the gods tasking Kratos with getting it? So you can see here, Ares' chains on his forearms. He's also got Cerberus's on his shoulders and on his chest. Fiery beard. But that's just because, like, I feel kind of bad for the people who had to make God of War 3, because the story's already over. Like, they have to take Kratos trying to get to Zeus and draw that out into an entire game, and that was already the premise of the previous game. Like, I mean, Kratos fights Zeus at the end of God of War 2 and comes really close to killing him until Athena saves him. And then God of War 3 is just him going after Zeus again, but they're on Mount Olympus. So they had to come up with some more story than that. And they had to find some kind of way to tie it back to the old games to make it mean something. And it ends up kind of a dumpster fire as far as I'm concerned. They throw Pandora as a character in there, and I don't think she's a very good character, very interesting. Or it's really all that, like, if Kratos is already just murdering the gods, the consequences to the world around him be damned, it falls pretty flat to have him try to have some emotional connection to some childlike automaton that reminds him of his daughter, I guess. I just didn't find it very interesting. I like the set pieces, I like the fights. I like God of War 3 a lot, but that aspect of it didn't do it for me. Alright, so there's Kratos. He doesn't feel very well. It looked like Pandora's box was really, really heavy when Kratos was pushing it, but now these harpies are carrying it, so I guess it's actually not that heavy. I mean, Kratos was supposed to tote it all the way back to Athens, I guess. I mean, you figure he would have just opened it right then and there, but they had to get the Gravedigger to save Kratos, since they foreshadowed that earlier. We get this Hades section of the game, which isn't really my favorite or very many people's. It's got the climbing parts and the jumping parts with the spinning blades, and I never really liked those parts. I know I've heard a lot of people also say they dislike those parts. But there's some good fights, some long fights that go on in this section. So we'll see how far I get. I might get through Hades in this play session, maybe not. We'll just see how it goes. Kratos goes to Hades a bunch of times in the games. This being the first, I don't really like this design. Just a lot of platforming. And I don't think that jumping around is really this game's strong point. But it's okay, it's tolerable. Oh shit, I didn't mean to jump off there. It's better than that Dante's Inferno. I didn't really like that game. I didn't play it until recently, but it didn't do much for me. Which was another PS3 game with extremely derivative combat. But that was kind of the style of the time, you know. God of War 1 and 2 were big hits. People were still waiting for 3. So we had some games like Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which is okay. I think that's an okay game. And Darksiders for PS3. Dante's Inferno, like I mentioned. That kind of tried to fill in that gap for the PS3 library before God of War 3 came out. Another thing about God of War 3, it feels short to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but to me, God of War 2 and 1 both feel longer than 3. Alright, not really my best play in here, but these guys, as you can see, these enemies now have flames on them since we're in Hades, I guess. Alright, so this is the part that a lot of players really dislike. This and the climbing part. You can see a long shot of everything here. I'm not going to bother going for the extra chests. I'm just going to try to go straight towards the end. If I can remember exactly how to get there. Because everything kind of looks the same as well. Kind of difficult to get your bearings. Okay, let's kill this dude. Alright, you got to balance, but if you jump, you can move a bit faster. Shit. I've heard some conjecture that this part of the game was kind of rushed together towards the end of development, and I can believe that. Guess they throw a few enemies in this section just to keep you honest. Okay, so I can save it here. Weren't there some enemies over there a second ago? I could have sworn there were. Like I blinked and they disappeared. I need to fill up our magic because there's going to be a big fight. Oh, there they go. Shit, I should have killed them first and then got the magic. This is one of several times where the archers are quite annoying. Okay, so since I died, I still have my chance to do that. Heck, these exploding arrows are so aggravating. Like, it makes you want to try to rush across, but then they hit you with the regular shots. Okay, I'm close enough to kill them this way. I think this should get them, but more might appear, so I need to be ready in case that happens. Okay, well that didn't happen. Now I can't really see where I'm jumping. That's pretty shitty. Okay. Alright, well I'm not going to do that again. I'll just get the magic and go over there. Not going to use the magic to kill those archers because there's still a lot of fighting after that. Several waves of enemies in several different spots. Whoa, shit. Shit, shit, shit. God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Shit, didn't mean to do that. It's for the... Damn it. You know, it's for the same reason I actually do this, accidentally do the Cyclone of Chaos. It's because you keep blocking and you keep pressing another button, alternating, pressing those two buttons, and you end up accidentally pressing them together. Okay, I got over here. I know there's a health pickup right around here, up on that ledge over to the right. Let's see what I can do here before. I'm debating whether it's better to try to turn some people to stone, or if it's better to use the Army of Hades. I guess I'll use Army of Hades, which will distract these guys while I get this chest. Okay, I think you can block everything these guys can do, so as long as I'm blocking, I'm basically invincible. You might be able to ring them out here, I'm not sure. Shit. Such a creep. Goddamn it. Back. I'm so sloppy with that. And once again, with the weirdness, I swear there's some jank when it comes to grabbing these enemies. Look at that. I'm grabbing like directly into his body. I don't know how much, like what the issue is. You can grab them if you knock them down. But generally that's not a prerequisite. I can't think of any other enemy that's knocking them down is needed in order to grab them. I mean, at least when you get the prompt. You see, I do a lot of like rolling backwards just to create some space. A lot. I know that's probably not often times. Ooh, I think I rung that guy out. Shit. I'm trying to launch him. But it doesn't matter. Gonna need to kill him with the prompt to get the health. Alright, good. I think that's all the enemies at this area right here. But there's some more over here. Let's just use Army of Hades because it's going to be dangerous to jump up there. Shit, I didn't mean to kill him. I wanted to kill him with the prompt to get the health. Oh well. Can I ring him out? Yes, although I shouldn't have, because I could have got health from him. I wonder if I can hit him from down here. Hey, you can. I don't know if I'm going to really do that, but it's an option. Fuck. Can't see the motherfucker. God, this game is aggravating sometimes. I really don't want to have to do this fight again because I die here, but if that's what Jesus has in store for me. Can I get a Poseidon's Rage? Yes. Alright, I was able to grab him that time. I don't know what was different than all the other times where it was giving me problems. So this will give me a little bit of health. And then that other one's probably low on health since it took some damage already. Probably stick with the commentary for the rest of this run. Likely going to start a God of War 2 run after this. Won't be a challenge run. I'll go with magic. Okay, so there's a couple of columns you have to climb. This one is not that bad. Okay, made it up the top of there, okay. There's probably going to be one more installment after this. I don't think I'm going to finish it here. I could have launched an Army of Hades and then got magic there to fill it up. Because approaching these archers is always difficult. God, see, like, they can shoot you with so little build-up and then they leave that shit in the ground. I should have killed him and then got the chest. Oh well. This pillar is harder to climb. I might fall on this one. Can't be in such a rush. See, that last one you could just jump your way up there real easy. This one's quite a bit more difficult. More difficult. Alright, I did it. I'll go a little farther. Let's go to the next save point. I think this is going to take me back to Athens. So here's the fight against all the satyrs, which I'm going to at least mess around with some punts. See, I punted him, but not far enough. Once again, that one got over. So, if you're watching this, you probably know this, but the way the punts work is you have to do a bounce into a launch. So see there, I bounced him and then I hit him with the launch, and it didn't. So you can launch him like that. Shit, they can do a lot of damage. See, and you can kill them real easily that way. If you don't fuck up like I do. I got some chests here. Let's just kill them normally. See, punts are the only way that I know of to wring these guys out. And if there was another way, I'm sure people would have figured it out. Let's just use this because I got some chests. Let's go ahead and get this health one. They give a bit of magic when killed. See, I think this is the last one, so I can just grab him. Alright, he's dead. I think that's all of them. Is it? Oh, no. If this was a no upgrades run, I'd be punting, at least making an attempt to punt them all. No need to chip away at them with the level 1 anything. Alright. Let's upgrade Medusa's Gaze in the last, 2% of the game. I don't mean to spoil it, but after Hades, there's only, a tiny bit left before the last boss. And this is the very end of Hades. Whatever, I don't need the orb, so we can just go. I wonder why there aren't more enemies on these platforms. It's set up to have a fight here, but there just aren't any. So there's the Grave Digger. Secretly Zeus. He's got dookie coming out of his hair or some shit. He's got the same voice actor, Paul Eiding, as Zeus when Zeus gives you his magic, which is pretty underwhelming. I should try that magic out one day, like really give it a good try, because I know it's probably okay. It's just compared to Poseidon's Rage, Army of Hades, and Medusa's Gaze, it's hard for me to imagine that it really holds up that well. But okay, that's going to be it for today. I'll finish up the game next